In the late 1970s, the latest craze from America reached Scotland. Skateboarding was a sport born in the disused swimming pools of California. And it seems fitting that in Scotland, it also took root in a distinctly man-made environment, the new town of Livingston. Here, the idea of creating a skate park caught the imagination of a young architect who worked in the town planner's office. His name was Iain Urquhart, and this is his creation. His close relative, Parisa Urquhart, has come to show me around.
So this is us in the Halfpipe now?
Yep, this is the Halfpipe. And as you can see on the top end of the Halfpipe, easier to get into. And then further down, the walls are much steeper.
And you can either ride up the side of it or then drop down into it if you want.
See, you can see how smooth the transition is up here.
You really get that sense of the swimming pool, don't you? I can imagine this full of water. it'd be great.
Yeah. Iain was an award-winning architect. He was quite an enigmatic, quite eccentric person who was really, really into art, design. He was never a skater himself. What happened was when he went to Edinburgh College of Art, he met Dee, who became Dee Urquhart when they married, and she was really into skating. And because he loved photographing and filming the act of skating, he was as drawn to skate parks as much as Dee was. And that's how they then became pivotal in the Scottish skate scene.
How did the skaters respond to him?
You know, he has duffel jacket on and things like this and just looked different from skaters. But all the skaters knew that he had this wealth of knowledge about the skate scene.
Iain went to great lengths to design his skate park. He even travelled to the birthplace of skateboarding in California to find out what had worked there. And he fed it all into these, his original drawings.
So when it came to the build itself, how hands-on was Iain?
I think this is the benefit of being an architect. You always know that when you instruct something, you've got to also project manage it. And luckily, because he loved photography, he photographed every step of the way and documented it all.
And Iain's photographs show a remarkable transformation of this space, from a field in a new town to a landscape of dreams. When Livingston Skate Park opened, it was clear that Iain had created something special. The highlights were a competition-level halfpipe and an 11-foot bowl. Nothing like it had ever been seen in Europe before.
And what did Iain think once he completed it? You know, was this his kind of masterwork finally finished?
By building this and all the other aspects, he totally transformed Livingston. People from all around Europe were travelling here to skate, and they stayed here for weeks on end developing their skills.
But the skate park also became a magnet for local kids. And because they were able to skate on such a lovingly designed space, some of them, like Craig Stewart, went on to become professional skaters.
Craig, when did you start skating here?
Probably when I was about 7. I think I found this place when I was a kid on my rollerblades, and it was one of the skateboarder parties, so it was like probably about 300 skateboarders here, and me on my wee plastic purple skates, they must have thought I was a total wee idiot, you know what I mean, getting in their way and that.
Did you pick it up quickly, do you think?
I really enjoyed it. I spent pretty much every day here till I was about maybe 8-year-old till I was about 24 or 25.
And this place has helped you travel the world?
Aye, I've been all over the world skating, man. This place is quite famous over the world as well. Like when I've been to other places and told them for Livingston, people are like actually shocked, you know, they've actually heard of this place, which is funny because other than the skate park, like I said, there's nothing here.
Iain died suddenly, not long after the skate park opened, and never got to see what it would become or the lives it would touch. But what he left behind, this landscape, has gone on to become the spiritual home of skating in Scotland.
It may seem strange to think of this as a landscape, but that's exactly what it is. Transplanted from California, now it's distinctly Livingston. The story of generations of its skaters notched in its concrete. In its own way, it's like a miniature Glencoe. It calls to people from all over the world with the promise among its lines and curves and bowls of space and freedom.